So this is a rabbit cage that I've had, and I decided to put these quail in here because it fits. Now I put a smaller wire hardware cloth in the bottom so that their feet wouldn't go through these other holes. So they're kind of double wired here. But these are five females and one male. Even the brown one in the back there is a female. Now that's the noise of the male. See if you can't do that again. But that was the male. Now these guys are about 5 weeks old. And you can tell that they're starting to mature because of the male making his little noise. And that's what they sound like. Nothing like a regular rooster crowing. That's their little noise. So it's not a bad noise, but it's not a good noise. I mean, it's something that if you wanted to raise quail in town, it's something that people wouldn't probably get upset about like they do with roosters in town. So, and these are the quail that my son brought. Actually, these are the ones that we hatched out. And these are all, now there's a male in the other room making his noise. I only put five females in here with him so that I didn't want to overdo it. Some people say 6 and some people say 5, so I just did 5. And I picked these colors because I was hoping maybe we could get a little more of the colorful more ones. I have a bunch in the behind here where they're at. There's more back there, and I have one more cage like this. Actually, I have 2 more cages like this, but I think I'm only going to do 1 more cage. I'm not sure how many of these I'm going to keep. I might clean out that other cage and do it. I still have to move the other quail that are in the other rabbit cage. I have those I need to move yet too. So that I'm going to do. So I got this water, and this rabbit feeder makes a real good thing for them to. And you can see they kind of pick through their things, so there's feed on the underneath here. So some people put another tray there, so that when they pick through it like they are, they can reuse the feed. But I'm not going to do that. I'll probably just toss it out and let the wild birds have it, because if they're picking it out, it's something that they're not going to eat, so I'm not going to try and make them eat it again. So if they don't want that to eat, they're like kids. Kids like certain vegetables, and some kids don't. So that's what I'm going to do. But these guys are about 5 weeks old. They're getting pretty close to maturity, as you can tell with the males making their noise. So the females should start laying within anywhere between 1 to 3 weeks from now, because they're about 5 weeks old, and they start laying anywhere between 6 to 8 weeks. So these guys should be. I'm also going to put an extra light in here, because this only light they're getting is from this opening door. So I want to put a regular light in here for them. So that's what I'm going to do, so they have extra light. They say they need about anywhere between 14 to 16 hours of daylight. Well, we're getting into the winter time, so daylight's not as prominent as it is in the summer. So he seems to be, checking out his new home. He was one of the ones in the building in there, in that big water. And he was making noise, so it's like, okay, you're the perfect male to come in with these girls. So that's what we did. I brought him in with the girls. I picked all the girls out yesterday. I think this is a big enough cage for them. I don't think it's too small. They seem to have plenty of room to be moving around in, so I think it's, pretty good. I am going to probably hook up a different type of water, so this water won't be in here. So that will give them, a little more space even. They're all acting like they're getting ready to fly off or something. That's what they're doing. Now that's a male in the back room, behind this wall here. That's where all the other quail are at. So I am going to start working on that other cage that's like this, and I'll pick out 5 girls and another male rooster, I guess. These are hens. That's a rooster. But like I say, they don't make the noise like a regular chicken rooster does. So I think people can tolerate that. So like I said once before, if you want to start raising quail in town, you could do it. And you can use, you can build a cage for them, or you could use a rabbit cage like this for them. It all depends. They have, you do remember though, these are quail, and so the smaller the wire, so you'll want to probably use a hardware cloth for your cages to keep them in, and it'll also help keep out predators a little bit better. I am going to get a container of sand and let them, so they'll have some sand to kind of dust in, because they like to do that. I'll probably pick a couple up tomorrow while I'm in town, while I'm at work. I go to work at, I go to work in the dark, and I come home pretty much in the dark. So this is why I only do videos on the weekend. I try to do a couple on the weekend, but sometimes I just can't get 2 done. So if you can just bear with me, I will do videos as often as possible. So as you can see, that one there is acting like she wanting. So I'm thinking about putting maybe a branch in here, something that will go across, so they can sit on a branch or two. So I'm going to be looking at picking something up like that, because I think they do want to roost on something or sit on something besides just the ground. Anyway, I hope you enjoy, and I hope you enjoy his little noise. That's what the roosters sound like. So have a great day.